Hex. This is one of my favorite one-sided board wipes. I love this. When killing 5 just isn't enough. For 2 black and 4 colors, you can destroy 6 target creatures. Hello my friends, welcome to the Commander's Crypt. Today we've got another new Capenna box Precon that we're going to open for you. This one is called Maestro's Massacre, and it's Grixis, and the main legendary creature in this box is Anuelo the Painter. So we're going to open this box and see what we've got here. I do this because sometimes other people can't do it quite yet. So I was actually reading the back. It's actually pretty cool. Blood is beautiful. Choose your commander and overcome both friend and foe in this definitive multiplayer Magic format. Contract Anuelo and put a hit out on your opponents. His artistic flourish doubles the impact of your most devastating spells, provided you're willing to pay the price. Anuelo the Painter sees no difference between a dagger and a paintbrush. He's the Maestro's leader's right-hand man and the best assassin in town. He'll get any job done and turn the crime scene into a work of art in the process. So I was reading that and I was like, I have to read that for the Crypties tonight. So we're going to open this up and see what we got here. So Anuelo is a vampire assassin, Grixis, and he's got Death Touch. And it says the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn has casualty 2. As you cast that spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. When you do, copy the spell and you may choose new targets for the copy. You know, I just did a deck tech on the last Precon, the Obscura. But I think that this one's more my style. I mean, who doesn't like to copy spells? So let's see what we got here. I always like to keep these boxes. Alright, so that's what we got. We got, again, I wish they gave those old big cards out. So it said that there was isn't there a booster in here? Like oh, there it is, okay. It's hidden. It was hidden on me. Okay, so in these boxes they give you, these sample spiffy collector booster sample pack. So let's see what we got. If you watched my last video, it was a total whiff. It was horrible. So today we've got Threefold Signal. When Threefold Signal enters the battlefield, scry 3. Each spell you cost that exactly 3 colors has replicate 3. Okay, it's a mythic. Alright, and the next one is Broker's Charm. Okay, so blue, white, green, choose 1. Target creature you control gets +1/+0 to end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker opponent controls. Destroy target enchantment. Draw 2 cards. Okay. Threefold Signal. I'm going to have to do some research on that and see how good that is. I don't know. You know, it seems good, but I'll have to check it out and see how good it is. See what else everybody's saying here. I do a lot of research for you guys on this channel. So let's get into it. Let's see what we got here with Anuelo the Painter. You know, again, the research I've been doing with this deck is that Anuelo's one of the stronger commanders. Top tier commander, you know, for New Capenna. So we're gonna see. You know, I think Xander's very strong, but you know, he's hard to get out. This guy's only Grixis. So there he is. There's Anuelo the Painter. We're gonna put him off to the side and see what we get here. The other legend foil that we get in this deck is Parness, the Subtle Brush. So we've got Vampire Painters, Assassins, very interesting. So Parness, Grixis into whenever you or a permanent you control becomes a target of a spell or ability an opponent controls. Counter that spell or ability unless that player pays 4 life. Okay, that's strong. Whenever you copy a spell, up to one target opponent may also copy that spell. They may choose new targets for that copy. Okay. I'm thinking that we would definitely be sticking with Anuelo as the commander, of this deck. So let's see what we got here. So then we've got a little chat. Instant casualty 1. Look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other in the bottom of your library. Okay. Cormella Glamour Thief. Okay. She's a potential combo piece, I'm hearing. Maestro's Charm. Choose one, look at the top 5 cards of your library, put one of those cards in your hand, and the rest into your graveyard. Each opponent loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life. Maestro's Charm deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Okay. Maestro's Theater. Deep Analysis. Target player draws 2 cards, got flashback, 1 blue, 1 colorless, pay 3 life. I actually like the art on this one. The original one was like a cephalid checking out some Massacre, and he said, "This specimen is broken." He was talking about the card. It was a picture of the card. But anyway, I like this one too. Fact or Fiction, okay. So with Anuelo, you're going to be able to copy these spells if you sacrifice a creature with power 2 or greater. So that's interesting. Frantic Search, draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards, untap up to 3 lands. Ponder, look at the top 3 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. You may shuffle, you draw a card. Preordain, scry 2, then draw a card. Talrand's Invocation, 2 blue, 2 colorless, create 2/2 blue Drake creature tokens with flying. Heck, I'd rather just put Talrand in there instead of that. Talrand's way better than that. But okay, alright. Actually, Talrand in this deck would be fantastic. Okay. Feed the Swarm. This is a good card. This is a way for black to deal with enchantments. Destroy target creature or enchantment opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. That's very, very strong card for black to be able to now deal with enchantments. Rite of the Raging Storm. Another common, 2 red, 3 colorless. Enchantment: creatures named Lightning Rager can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player creates a 5/1 red elemental creature token named Lightning Rager. It has trample, haste, and at the beginning of the end step, sacrifice this creature. Okay, I actually like that card. That's an uncommon. Okay. Goblin Electromancer. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Okay, I like that. That's going to help with all your instants and sorceries. Here's the Mana Rocks. Demir Signet. Rolling Stone. Is it Signet? Extravagant Replication. Okay, so we get into the first rare there. At the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. Wow. That seems very strong. I like that. Flawless Forgery. 2 blue, 3 colorless. Casualty 3. As you cast a spell, you may sacrifice a creature with power 3 or greater. When you do, copy the spell, and you may choose a new target for the copy. Exile target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard. Copy that spell. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Wow. I like this. So far, this is kind of my favorite deck. The Obscura deck was nice, but I'm kind of digging this one. Sinister Concierge. 1 blue, 1 colorless. When Concierge dies, you may exile it and put 3 time counters on it. If you do, exile up to 1 target creature and put 3 time counters on it. Each card exiled this way that doesn't have suspend gains suspend. Okay. Okay. I guess the way this works is when she dies, which she is a 2/1, so you would sacrifice her for a casualty 2 to copy a spell. She gets suspend, but then other creatures in your hand get suspend as well. So then they would come in. Very interesting. Body count: 1 black, 2 colorless. Spectacle black. You may cast a spell for its spectacle cost rather than its mana cost. If an opponent lost life this turn, draw a card for each creature that died under your control this turn. Okay. Drawing cards, but there's better card draw spells out there. Dogged Detective. 1 black, 1 colorless. When the detective enters the battlefield, surveil 2. That means look at the top 2 cards of your library, then put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest on top of your library in any order. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you may return Dogged Detective from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, okay. Okay. So, what you can do is you can use this guy for his casualty 2 cost to copy spells with Anuelo, and then he can come right back out into play. To your hand, and then recast him. Again, there's better creature spells out there for that, but okay. Make an example. Black and 3 colorless. Each opponent separates the creatures they control into 2 piles. For each opponent, you choose one of those piles. Each opponent sacrifices the creatures in their chosen pile. Interesting. Another rare. Waste Management. Black and 2 colorless. Kicker. Black and 3. You may pay an additional kicker as you cast a spell. Exile up to 2 target cards from a single graveyard. If the spell was kicked, instead exile target player's graveyard. Create a 2/2 black rogue creature token for each creature card exiled this way. Okay, interesting. So for 2 black and 5 colorless. You get to exile a graveyard and make a bunch of zombies. Okay. Again, seems like there's better ways to do that. Xander's Pact, 2 black, 4 colorless, casualty 2. Each opponent exiles the top card of their library. You may cast spells from among those cards this time. If you cast a spell this way, pay life equal to the spell's mana value rather than pay its mana cost. Okay. Audacious Swap. 1 red, 3 colorless, casualty 2. The owner of target non-enchantment permanent shuffles it into their library, then exiles the top cards of their library. If it's a land card, they put it on the battlefield. Otherwise, they may cast it without paying its mana cost. Okay. Determined Iteration. 1 red, 1 colorless. At the beginning of combat on your turn, populate. Ooh, that's a good one. The token created this way gains haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. I like this, actually. That would go into my Ziatora deck, actually. That way he could then sacrifice it for treasure tokens. Okay. All right. So, you know, so far the casualty mechanic is cool. I like it. But so far I'm seeing a bunch of better cards that could have went into this deck for what they're trying to do. Spellbinding Soprano, 1 red, 1 colorless. Whenever Soprano attacks, instant sorcery spells you cast this turn cost 1 less to play. Alright. Encore, exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks that opponent this turn. If able, they gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Activate only as a sorcery. Okay. I like that. Again, I know of another better card, black zombie, that could go in here that gives you red and blue spells cost 1 less to cast. You know, I like the mechanic, but the cards that they're putting in here, there's better reprints for it. So we've got red, blue, 2 colors. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell from your hand, manifest the top card of your library. Okay. Put that card on the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. Turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Whenever a face down creature you control dies, exile it. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may cast that card until the end of your next turn. Okay. So basically you get to manifest a card, put it on the battlefield, use it as a 2/2, and then when it dies, you can cast the card. Okay. Alright. Maestro's Confluence. Grixis in 3, choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Return target monocolored instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. Wow, you can do that 3 times. That's strong. Target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. That's strong. Goad each creature target player controls. That's very strong too. That's very, very strong. I like that. Cyrix, Carrier of the Flame. You're going to see what's going to happen as we're going to sleeve these up, and 5 of us are going to play them, and we're going to see which one is the best. And I like doing that. I like playing precons without any additions to, that way everyone's at the same level playing field and we get to see which decks are still the strongest. Cyrix, Carrier of the Flame, Grixis in 2. He's a Phoenix, flying haste at the beginning of each end step. If a creature card left your graveyard this turn, target Phoenix you control deals damage equal to its power to any target. Whenever another Phoenix you control dies, you may cast Searing Security of the Flame from your graveyard. Well, I'm hoping there's a bunch of other Phoenixes in here for this to even be effective, and even then, I don't know how effective it's going to be. Smuggler's Buggy 4, colorless, hideaway 4. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. If you do, return Smuggler's Buggy to its owner's hand. Crew 2. That could be a roundabout way to sneak in big creatures and big spells, but again, I know better ways to do that with Quicksilver Amulet or other ways you could do that. But then again, this might be a way to get in enchantments, big enchantments early or something. Clone Legion, 2 blue, 7 colorless. That's a mythic. For each creature target player controls, create a token that's a copy of that creature. That could be strong. That could be very, very strong. The other night I was playing my Ziatora deck, and I had a Hellkite Overlord out, and somebody cast a Rite of Replication and copied it 5 times. Hellkite Overlord is an 8/8 flying trample regenerating creature, so it was quite the scene. We were able to get rid of those copies, and I was able to win with Clouth and casting a big Crackle with power. But still, what I'm getting at, this could be crazy strong. For each creature target player controls, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Okay. So you basically just clone their Legion, hence the name of the card. Dig through time, 2 colorless, 2 blue, 6 colorless. Delve. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Okay. Drawn from Dreams, 2 blue, 2 colorless. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. That's a good card for 4 mana. Look at the top 7 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in order. I think that's a fantastic card. It does the exact same thing as the card before it, Dig Through Time, but you don't have to exile 6 cards out of your graveyard to do it. Mystic Confluence, 2 blue, 3 colorless, choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 3. You could do that 3 times and that would equal 9. Return target creature to its owner's hand. You could do that 3 times. Draw a card, you could draw 3 cards. Then you could copy the spell, I guess, with Anuelo if you sacrificed something. I would, earlier we saw that Talrand's whatever. I would just put a Talrand in here. Think about that for a second. Talrand says whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you make a 2/2 Drake. Now that you've got those 2/2s, you can use Anuelo's ability to casualty 2 and copy all your spells. So you would have just about every spell that you cast, you'd be able to copy because you'd always have Drakes around. It would kind of be a cycle. You would cast an instant, make a Drake, sack a Drake to copy it, maybe make another Drake. I don't know. I'd have to check into that. The rules lawyers could help me with that. But yeah. So far, what I'm seeing with this deck is it's got a good idea, but not the best cards to do it. But this is a fantastic card. River's Rebuke. Return all non-land permanents target player controls to their owner's hand. That's devastating. I actually had that done to me one time with my Atraxa deck. We were playing a little tournament actually, and they bounced all my permanents in, but because I was able to emblem one thing, I was able to get back into the game and win in a pot of 4. But this is a very strong card, very good card. Zender splits Judgment. 1 blue, 4 colorless for each player. Choose friend or foe. Each friend creates a token that's a copy of a creature they control. Each foe returns a creature they control to its owner's hand. And don't forget, we can copy all of these spells with Unwellow. I'm seeing why he's considered a higher tier. Some people had him higher than Xander even. And that makes sense, really. He's 3 to cast. Xander takes a long time to get out. So, I don't know. Army of the Damned, 3 black, 5 colorless. Create 13 tapped 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Now, this would be the card to get in your buggy and have it go off, you know, the buggy that we were looking at earlier. This is a bomb. And again, if you sacrifice a 2/2 creature, and that's 26 zombie creatures, and now you've got more dummies to sacrifice to Enwello. So actually, this card fits in this deck very well. Blood-Soaked Champion, 1 black. Human Warrior, Blood-Soaked Champion can't block. Raid, return from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only if you attack this turn. See, now we're talking. This is the type of thing that you want here. A cheap guy to put out there to sacrifice casualty to, so you'll be able to copy your spells, and then comes back into the battlefield. A bunch of those, or ways to create a bunch of token creatures, would be the way to go, in my humble opinion. Damnable Pact. Target player draws X cards and loses X life. Dread Summons. 2 black, X. Each player mills X cards. For each creature card put into a graveyard this way, you create a tapped 2/2 black zombie creature token. That could be very strong. Each player mills X cards for you and your opponents. And like I've told you before, many times we play big games, 5, 6, 7, or more guys. With if you got a lot of treasure tokens, you can make this a big bomb and make a huge bunch of zombies and copy the spell with Enwello. Hex. This is one of my favorite one-sided board wipes. I love this. When killing 5 just isn't enough. For 2 black and 4 colors, you can destroy 6 target creatures. I absolutely love that. Puppeteer Click. 2 black, 3 colorless, flying. When the click enters the battlefield, put target creature card from an opponent's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste at the beginning of your next end step. Exile it. Persists. When this creature dies, if it had no -1, negative counters, return to the battlefield under its owner's control, negative counter on it. Interesting. Reign of the Pit. Each player sacrifices a creature. Create an XX black demon creature token with flying, where X is the total power of the creature sacrificed this way. See, I like that one too. I like that card. You sacrifice a bunch of zombies, and it says each player though. Okay, each player. Then you get the demon. The demon. I have exercised the demons. Okay, it's starting to make sense to me now. Reign of the Pit. Each player sacrifices a creature. Create an XX black demon creature token with flying, where X is the total power of the creature sacrificed this way. Okay, I dig that. Again, in a big pod, that's gonna make you a big demon. Sever the Bloodline. 1 black, 3 colorless. Exile target creature and all other creatures with the same name as that creature. Ooh. Then you can flash it back. Interesting. So you target 1 creature, and then anything that has the same name as it, they all go away. Zombies, bye-bye. Fairies, bye-bye. Thopters, bye-bye. I like that. I like that. We're starting to get into the better cards here. A lot of rares again. Skyclave Shade. 1 black, 1 colorless. Shade Kicker. Black and 2 colorless. Can't block. If it was blocked, it enters the battlefield with... Oh, if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. Landfall whenever land enters battlefield under control. If Skyclave is in your graveyard and it's in your turn, you may cast it from your graveyard this turn. Okay, so you can kick it to make it bigger. You can sack it to Anuelo to allow him to copy spells. And then it has landfall. It comes back into play. It's like a Bloodghast. Woe Strider, 1 black, 2 colorless horror. When it enters battlefield, create a 0/1 white goat creature token. Okay. Sacrifice another creature, scry 1. Escape, exile 4 other cards from your graveyard. Escapes with 2 counters on it. Okay. Alright. I guess this is a roundabout way to sack them and then be able to get them out. You know, again though, there's better cards for that. Chain Reaction. This could potentially be a one-sided board swipe, but it also could be a problem for you too. You know, so far I'm not seeing a whole lot of big creatures in this deck, so a lot of token strategies and stuff. So that means the number is going to be higher, and it's going to be high, and you know, depending on how many tokens you got, your opponents might actually, creatures may survive if they're big creatures. This chain reaction works better when you have bigger creatures. But let's see what else we got. There might be some big old demons and dragons in here. I hope there is. Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing the bad guy in here. Double Vision, the big baddie, Grixis. 2 red, 3 colorless. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, Double Vision, that's good. You know, some Nicol Bolas action would be pretty cool. Rekindling Phoenix, 2 red, 2 colorless. When he dies, create a 0/1 elemental creature token with at the beginning of your upkeep. Sacrifice this creature and return target card named Rekindling Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield. Gains haste till end of turn. Okay, so this is ways to sacrifice these guys to double the spells, and then the Phoenixes and other zombies and stuff are able to, the Phoenix Eye, are able to come out of your graveyard and be used again. Squee the Immortal. You may cast Squee the Immortal from your graveyard or from exile. There it is. There's another one, another way to do it. Bedevil. It's a good card. 1 red, 2 black. Destroy target artifact, creature, or planeswalker. Call the Skybreaker. Hybrid, red, blue, 5 colorless. Create a 5/5 blue and red elemental creature token with flying. Retrace. You may cast this card from your graveyard by discarding a land card in addition to paying its other costs. Huh. I wonder if you can do that every time. Rules lawyers, please let me know. I don't see why you couldn't. Lot of rares. Kess, Dissident Mage, Grixis, 1 colorless. Flying. During each of your turns, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard. If a spell cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. That's very strong. She belongs in this deck. Mimic Vat, that's a good card. Whenever a non-token creature dies, you may exile that card. If you do, return each other card exiled with Mimic Vat to its owner's graveyard. 3, tap a created token that's a copy of a card exiled with Mimic Vat. It gains haste, exile at the beginning of the end step. Okay. Twinning Staff. 3 colorless. If you copy a spell 1 or more times and said copy it that many times plus an additional time, you may choose new targets for the copy. 7 tap copy. Target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, so if you copy something, it copies it for you. Then it allows you to copy something for 7. Cascade Bluffs. Okay, let's see. See what we got here. Okay, so we got a bunch of rare lands. Okay. We've got Cascade Bluffs and Choked Estuary, Darkwater Catacombs, Exotic Orchard, Foreboding Ruinous Shuttle, Blood Ridge, Smoldering Marsh, Sunken Hollow, Temple of Epiphany. Okay, not the best lands, but that's fine. Then we've got a Lightning Greaves, Signet, Soul Ring, Wayfarer's Bauble, and then that's pretty much it. There's actually a lot of utility lands in this deck. Let's check them out. So there's Ash Barrens, okay. Command Tower, okay. Crumbling Necropolis, okay. Gives you Grixis. Grixis Panorama. Sack it. Search your library for basic land, swamp, or mountain card, okay. Myriad Landscape, okay. Path of Ancestry, okay. Thriving Bluff, okay. Thriving Isle, okay. Thriving Moor, okay. Wayfarer's Bauble, okay, so that's it. You know, I don't know if I'm too impressed with this Precon. I like the Obscura Precon. A lot of people had said that was a better Precon, and I'm believing it. As far as the reprints and other things too, I think that other Precon's better, even though I think Anuelo is a stronger commander. If this deck was built in a different way, I think it would be stronger, but one thing I'm impressed with is the amount of rares that you get in these Precons now. So there's the 2 legends that you get right there, so that's 2 rares, and then you get this stack of rares. I mean, that's a big old stack. Now a bunch of them are lands, but still I'm very impressed with the rares and mythics that you're getting. I'll count them real quick. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49, 49. Okay, that seems to be the going rate. That's the exact same that the other Precon had. 49 plus 2 would be 51. Same thing. Okay, so that's that. I hope you liked my quick video. It's 40 minutes, but Anuelo, you know, this Precon looks interesting. I like what it's doing. There's better cards that could do it. Like I said, we're going to play this raw, and then we're going to beef them up. So this looks like it could be very, very interesting. You know, if you got a bunch of dummies to sacrifice and you're doubling your spells, you could really kick some butt. And if you watched my Hinata deck tech, that's a lot of good spells that could go in here, the red and the blue ones, that you could copy Another thing I would do maybe is get some spells in here, and then make have like Shark Typhoon and Metallurgic Summonings and Dika in here, and the Fractal Generator all in here to make bigger creatures to attack with. There's no big creatures in this deck, and not many, and I just like big creatures, or ways of making them. If you could figure out a way to have all of this, but then make big creatures out of nothing from casting instants and sorceries, then I think that would be the way to go. So anyway, that's it. We're going to get on out of here for the Commander's Crypt. We hope you have a very crypty night. Please check my Patreon and my Facebook and my Twitter, and get on there. And we're gonna start having shorts on Twitter. And once I know more information on my website, we'll have a website where you can go and buy merch and classifieds and forums, and look up all of the videos that I have been putting up. So that's it. We're going to get on out of here. I hope you have a fantastic day. And again, thank you for being with us. I really like making these videos. I really like Magic, and like I always say, we don't want to just be a Commander channel. We want to be a Commander community. So we will see you on the next Commander's Crypt New Orleans.